Greetings. I'm Dr. Brian Williams, Director of the Ethics Center at McCall College in McCall, Idaho. Welcome to the first quarter 2026 vlog from the Ethics Center. Our title for today's presentation is The McCall Scale, Measuring AI Ethics from a Rural Moral Perspective. When conversations about artificial intelligence turn to ethics, they often originate in large cities, research hubs, and corporate campuses. As at the Ethics Center at McCall College, we begin somewhere different, namely a rural town in the mountains of Idaho. From that location, a distinctive evaluative framework has emerged, what we informally call the McCall Scale. The McCall Scale is not a numerical shortcut or a philosophical abstraction. It is a grounded moral assessment approach shaped by small community norms, regional expectations, and long-standing ethical traditions. In first quarter 2026, this scale is our first visual representation of our first formal moral assessment of major AI systems, with a particular focus on the virtue of harmlessness. You might ask why a rural moral lens matters. Most AI systems are designed in urban environments where assumptions about safety, trust, privacy, and social behavior differ significantly from those found in rural communities. In many small towns, doors are left unlocked, neighbors are known by name, and moral accountability is personal rather than abstract. These differences matter when evaluating how an AI system interprets and applies ethical principles. The McCall Scale explicitly asks whether an AI system's stated moral virtues align with the moral expectations of the Ethics Center's surrounding region. This includes not only how a virtue is defined, but how it is expressed in practice, especially when the system is confronted with real-world case studies. You see, stability is a signal for morality. A central assumption of the McCall Scale is that moral stability matters. We examine whether a virtue identified at the AI system's original design stage remains present and consistent over time. Rapidly shifting moral commitments may signal adaptability, but they also may signal fragility. In the third and fourth quarter of 2025, 5 AI systems, ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot, Gemini, and Grok, were evaluated on whether harmlessness appeared on their original developer lists, whether it remained on early and current lists, and whether its meaning had shifted. This longitudinal view reflects a rural ethical instinct. Trust is built over time, not declared in a moment. The McCall Scale does not claim to predict or prevent all harm. Scores indicate potential harm, recognizing that actual harm can occur whenever an AI system is used. In this quarter's assessment, Harmlessness scores ranged from 60 to 108, with an average of 84.5 out of a possible 150. Importantly, higher scores do not signal moral superiority, and lower scores do not imply moral failure. Instead, they offer a comparative snapshot, an ethical weather report, grounded in rural moral expectations and informed by media coverage, case study responses, and internal consistency. And now, in the first quarter of 2026, we have our first McCall scale. We offer the lowest first. Grok scored 60 points out of a potential 150. Gemini scored 70. Copilot scored 95. Claude scored 95 as well. And ChatGPT scored 108. Please remember, a low score indicates potential harm. Actual harm may occur at any time when a user uses an AI system. Let the user beware. As well, all scores are in the middle of the range. All need to do better in the area of harmlessness. Scores were constructed by verifying if the virtue was originally present in development. If early and current virtue lists indicate that the virtue continues to be important. If the definition conforms to local standards. If external news reports present the AI system in a positive or negative light with regard to the virtue. And if the case study highlighting the virtue is answered in a way that represents regional expectations. Case studies are important as they gauge practical results instead of theory. The use of case studies is another defining feature of the McCall scale. Ethics students have long been trained using hypothetical scenarios, such as the trolley problem. Now, AI systems are being tested in the same way. Their responses are evaluated not only for logical coherence, but for moral resonance within the Ethics Center's regional context. This approach reflects a simple conviction. Ethics is not merely about rules, but about relationships between people, technologies, and the communities they serve. Let's now look ahead. Each quarter, a major virtue will be assessed using the McCall scale, with future reports examining traits such as helpfulness or adaptability. Over time, this growing body of research will offer a clearer picture of how AI systems evolve morally and how closely that evolution aligns with the values of rural America. From McCall, Idaho, the question is not whether AI can be ethical in theory, but whether it can be ethical here, in places where trust is tangible, harm is personal, and moral expectations are lived daily. In second quarter 2026, the Ethics Center looks to helpfulness. All AI systems currently have a virtuous expectation of helpfulness. We will evaluate where helpfulness ends and harm begins. Look for that report during the first week of April. We hope you would like to connect with us. For ongoing updates of our research, please subscribe to our Ethics Center newsletter. Go to ethics.center, that's the URL, ethics.center on the web. There you will find additional information on the moral research we are doing on AI systems. If you would like detailed reports on our research and recommendations, look for the report button on any AI system moral assessment report. Until then, from the Ethics Center at McCall College, I'm Dr. Brian Williams, or also known as Dr. Ethics, wishing you the best of 2026. Also, please know that ChatGPT assisted in the development of this blog.